Greetings to you, wonderful people. Once again, this is a screencast of the last part of the class. I hope we've been given enough time to go through the previous classes, the previous sessions. And I'm very sure by now you must have been through with it. And that's the reason why we are now into the session of visualization of any or whatever data we've analyzed. And this cannot come before any class. And that's the reason why there's enough time between the previous classes to go through the previous videos and this one, so as just to be able to really comprehend what is going on. Now, basically, as you all know, we have different type of methods of presentation of data. You can present your data in table, a chart. Your chart can have many types as well, but one of the basic charts that we're going to be talking about as far as this training is concerned is the bar chart, the line graph, and maybe the pie chart. All these three does not have the same rule when making them. You cannot use the rule for pie chart to make a bar chart. A pie chart is usually made when you have a group of data and you want to show their share, like a group of data, for example, male, female. The category of male, female is gender. Then you now want to present gender in percent or in share. You cannot compare it to when you have a data where you have male and female. That's gender, right? But you now want to present the amount of score, or maybe, yes, the amount of score, or the age of male and the age of female, the average age of male and average age of female. You cannot use that type of data when you are doing a pie chart. But however, you can use it when you're making a bar chart or histogram. So basically today we are going to be talking about those two. And in a line graph or in a bar chart, you must have one variable that is continuous on your X or Y axis, whichever way you want to make it. You definitely must have one variable on the horizontal and vertical axis. So, and the other one will be a continuous variable. That's for the bar chart. But in a line graph, both of them in a line graph, most of the time, in most cases, most of them used to be both in a line, both a continuous variable for a line graph. Most of them used to be a line graph. However, you can also have one to be continuous and the other one to be categorical as well. So let's get into business. I'll start by making a pie chart. Now, let's say, for example, now pie chart on this, our data that we are seeing now here is really not a type that can be used. However, we can still find something to work on. Example of making a pie chart is like if you have a male and you have female as a category for gender. Now, if you have 40 male and 70 female in a class. Oh, okay, let me use the real-time data we have. We have about, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 male. We have 5 male and we have 4 female in this class. Now, how do we make a pie chart to represent this? So basically what we just do is just to highlight it. You see, the best way to start highlighting is by hitting on Shift, highlight. You place your hand on Shift and now use your down button. When you click, by first of all placing your cursor on male, then click on Shift and don't remove your hand. Then use the direction button that's down, then left. You've highlighted, or you can just do it using your mouse by just highlighting it like this, and that is all. So that's the first step. The second step is to what? Is to hit on this insert button, this insert ribbon here. You can see we are in home now, so we now click on insert. Now there are so many charts here. If you see it here, there are so many charts here, but we are dealing with bar chart, so a pie chart, sorry. So we need to click on this pie chart here. So we've clicked on it. So we can choose from anyone here. You can see the more we place our cursor on it is bringing the type, but we are using this type of pie chart. So let me just click on it. Now this is a typical pie chart. So you can just insert the chart title here, maybe gender. And it says that the male are the one in red and the blue, sorry, and the female in orange color. Now, this has a meaning, but it's really not really enough. So what we do is that we need to give it some specification or definition. So we click on this plus button. For those of you who are using Excel 13, most of them are all similar actually. So click on this plus button by the right, and you go down to data label, but don't click on the data label yet. Click on this arrow that is pointing to the left, to the right. So you now have options. You have options, but me, I'll click on this more option because I'm not really in love with all this type of method. So I'll click on options, more options. Now to pop up this this kind of what's it called? This interface, this mini interface, and I will want to click on category name. No, I want to click on percentage to calculate percentage for me. I want it to calculate percentage for me. I don't want it to give me the value of each one. I don't want it to tell me that we have 4 female and 5 male. I just want it calculated in percent. And yes, this is how I want it. So I'll just need to close this and we are done. Now this is a typical pie chart, and this is how the data works. So this is how we make our pie charts. You can choose to design it, but this is the basic way, and you need to play around this thing and practice this thing frequently for you to be able to do it. So now we are done with how to make basic pie charts. Now we are going to go into bar charts. Now this data can be used to draw a bar chart as well, but it's not always easy for you to use data for pie charts and data for bar charts to draw a pie chart, but it's easy for you to use a pie chart data to draw it. So let's try, and it's still highlighted. So let me just go into insert. It's always insert when it comes to visualization on Excel. We're using Excel. Now, instead of clicking this pie chart, I'll just go into the bar chart here, and let me click on it to bring many options. But I want this because this is the type that suits me. I can also go for this 3D, but this is okay. Let's go for this one. So you can see it's giving values here. But your chart is not complete if you do not label your X and Y axis. So what we do is that we need to label our axis. So I'll click on this plus, and you can see it brings axis and axis title. So I'll click on axis title. So I'll now be the one to edit it here and I'll call this place gender, and I'll call this counts. This is the number of the counts of the male. So you can see we have 5 male, 4 female, just like we've said. And in the chart title, you need to edit it and give it a name. You can just call it maybe distribution of gender in the training. That's all. So you now carry your cursor off and click on any site. And that is all. This is your perfect bar chart on Excel. You can just right click this, not this here. You go here, somewhere here, and right click. Sorry, let me see. It's not. Yeah, I've gotten it. So it should be somewhere where there's no, it's not predefined. So you can see it's stating that this is a chart area. So let's go to somewhere that is not predefined. Maybe like this place now. You can just right click. It's not coming up again. Yes. Look at. I'll double tap on this place and right click. Yes. I'll double tap on your mouse. Then right click to bring up an option to copy. You can see, you can just copy it here. I'm going to paste it on your Microsoft Word easily, and you have your chart for your project. Now, let's see something on line graph, the third and the last one that we're going to be doing for today. Let's do something on line graph. No, let me give you one more example on bar charts. Yes, let me give one more example on bar charts. I'll use another variable. Now, if I want to plot names of people with their age, the names with their age, what I just need to do is just to highlight both. I just give everybody imaginary name with ages, just like from our data during our pretest. So that's what we are using. So I highlight these two. I will now insert bar charts. This type of data can also be used for pie chart, but it doesn't have a meaning because it's going to be giving us it will add up everything and it will now give a day Kabirat in percent. So it doesn't match up with the type of data age. But how can you be giving people percentage age out of the total? As far as this context is concerned, it is not applicable. So that's why I'm not doing it. But basically, we can still use it to run bar charts. So that's why I'm running bar charts. Click on the bar chart here, this one that looks like a bar, and you now click on this. You can see that it's only John that has the highest age, around 54 years old, followed by who again, followed by Inkechi. Inkechi is around 30 something. Then the least in the class is 19, that's Adi. So this is how. So you can run it just like the other one. So you go on to give it a axis title, don't forget the need axis title. You now come to edit it here and say this is name. Call it this is names of participants, and this will be their age in years. Age in years. All you just need to do is just double tap this side. Yeah, that's the sound for you to know. And you now right click, you copy, paste it in your Microsoft Word for your project or any research you are doing. So basically, this is the very easiest way to make a bar chart on spaces. On Excel, I mean, beg your pardon. So I'm going to be deleting this. Now, this is the funniest part. What about, it is because name and age are near. Name and age they are near, they are quite near. That's why we highlight the two. What about if we want to make a bar chart for name and score? I can't highlight everything to model everything up. Now, let's see. You can see, let me try to insert and click on bar charts. Look how everything looks like. It's modeled up. It's really not, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. It doesn't make a lot of sense. So what do we do to only make our chart have just the name and percent? Now that's what we're going to be doing. Now please, this point is very, very important, because that's what we are going to be using in our visualization data. It's very, very important. Very, very important. Now, the first thing we do is that I want to make a bar chart of age of names, names and this pretest in percent, because I cannot be highlighting from here to this down. So I need just these two data. How do I make a bar chart for the two data? Now, what you first of all do is you place your cursor on AD, not names, not names. Don't start from names, just AD. Now, you try to use, don't use the mouse highlight. You are using the shift highlight, the shift direction highlight, shift direction highlight. So all you need to do is you press your shift, don't lift your hand, and you now click on down, 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 down till you are through. Then you can now raise your hand away from the shift. The next thing you are going to do is place your hand on Control key, then use your left use your left hand to click on the Control key, any finger, and another finger to click on your left click. To click on your left click. But before that, all I want you to do right now on reset is just, let me do it again. Hit the shift key, press the shift key, don't lift your hand, with the direction down key. That's first step. Second step is to bring your cursor to this next one. Not the pretest, just place it, don't click yet, just place it on this on the values. That's 50, these down values that started. So then the next thing is to long press or place your hand on Control key and left click together. Control key and left click key together. You can see that it has changed. It has started highlighting that. And the next thing for you is to use, not your direction now this time around, to use the mouse and just scroll down, keep scrolling down. When it's enough, all you need to do is remove all your hands. Then go to Insert, then go to Bar Chart, then go to any of the charts you want to choose. You can see. That is the easiest way. It involves your two hands. It involves your two hands, your thumb and any finger. Your thumb on any finger of your left hand. Now, let me do it again. Let me do it all over again. Now, what you need to do is, first of all, place this, not by clicking. You see, you can move your mouse around. All you need to do is just place it on a day, not on name, on a day. Then the next thing to do is to click on a day. That's the second thing. The next thing to do is to place your hand on shift and don't remove it. And now go to click the direction, which is down, 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 down. When you are through, you remove all hands. The next thing to do is to bring this cursor, don't click, on the other value, not pretest now, the values. And now place your hand, any of your hand except your thumb, that's your left hand, any of your left hand except the thumb, because the thumb will still be useful in another aspect. So any of your hands on your laptop except your thumb, you can use the index finger, you can use the other one, anyone. So all you need to do is use the other finger on Control and don't remove your hand. Now, then the second thing to do is to place your thumb on left click and don't remove it. You can see immediately I placed it, it has started highlighting. And the next thing for me to do is what? Scroll down. Not with arrow this time around, with the mouse. Scroll down. When you are done, remove all hands. The next thing to do is to go to Insert and choose the chart you want to use. This is bar chart. But if I choose not to choose bar chart, I want to change my mind now. I want to choose line graph. Let's see whether it's going to work. Any of the line graph, you can see any of the line graph, but let's just stick to bar chart. So this is bar chart. You can see bar chart for the two different variable far apart, unlike the other one that involves highlighting. So all you need to do is to add your axis like we've done in the other charts. So this is a very so let me plot the line graph. Let me plot the line graph. Let me plot the line graph. This is the line graph, the one that looks like this. You can see it's even indicating line chart. So I'll just click on it. So I'll choose whichever one I want, whichever one, but I think this is good. I love this type. So this is good. You can see person with the highest score is still Yinka. Look at it at the peak. Yinka had the highest score. Yinka had the highest score. Now, but everybody is at equilibrium except John that has the lowest score. John had the lowest score. So basically, this is how we run. No, not John. Emeka had the lowest score. Emeka had the lowest score. You can see it. He had 30. He had 30. So basically, this is how we run a line graph and a bar chart as well as a pie chart. Pie chart is not always something that is applicable. So, but however, if it is applicable, it means you are making your data out of the whole data like we've done the other time. We try to make a gender data separately and we plotted it. So that's how it's been done. So in the next session, we are going to be talking about how to make more complex data presentation and automating it. Let me give you a glimpse of what I'm talking about. Now, let me give you a glimpse of what I'm talking about. Yes, I want to share another tab. Let me share this tab. Yeah, if you are seeing this is the same data we've worked on the other time. The difference is just that I have added some post test. It's imaginary. we didn't do any post test actually, but I just needed to add this. So let's assume this is our post test now. So the pretest was graded. Some people had average score, some people had good score, some had poor, and now this is the post test. That's after all our training, we took another test again, and this is the performance. So we want to see how data visualization will give us an insight of what this data is about, and we can use it to analyze and to tell story about data. That's what we call data storytelling. We can be able to tell data. Example. Now, if you notice this, I designed it in a way that I can click. Oh, this is all designed by myself. Excel did not do this for me automatically. I did it myself. So if I click on this dashboard, which I've designed, this is what will bring out for me. You can see series of data. They are complex, but they are very easy. They are very easy. Now, if I want to know the information of our day, I'll just click on this place. I'll click on this place. This is the information of Ade. Ade had a very good post test. Look at his data. Look at his value. He had 60. But his pretest was low. His pretest was 50. Now he can score 60 because he has learned a lot. He has learned a lot. Ade is a male. Ade is a male. Ade is a medical laboratory scientist. That's his course of study. Ade is let me see, what other information? So, okay, I think that's all. That's all. You can see Ade has a good post. Yes, yeah, the indicative by this place here. Yeah, the good one. Can either be good or excellent. So, if I want to reset everything, I'll just click on this filter here. You can see this one that looks like funnel. That's why it's called the filter. I'll just click on it and everything will be reset again. So basically, some of these charts are not. I didn't indicate the axis, so I'm supposed to indicate the axis, but I'll just quickly do it. I designed it so that we could gain from it. So notwithstanding, this is how it looks like. I think this is, let me try to add it, the axis. Can't remember what this is, but I think it's the score. Sorry, the age. This is the age. This is the age. Yes, this is the age. It's about age. So let me just add it. Let me add it. So this is age. This is age now. Now let's see again. If I am to click on Ade is it's around 19 years old. So this is it. You can see it's 19 years old. So he's a male. His course of study is medical laboratory science. He has a good grade, plus post tests, but his pre-test is kind of low. He has a value of around 40 something, but later progressed to around 60 after around 50, sorry, or 60, yes, 60. So let me reset it again. Now I can compare two people together. If I want to compare Ade, all I need to do is just click on Shift and click on Ade. And I will now click on maybe Sheon together and hit and remove my hands. You can see. All I need to compare the two together. So we are going to be working on that in our next video. So stay tuned. We are going to be working on how we design all these things. And this is very useful. Like I've said earlier, in a situation where you work for an NGO and you need to present data to your supervisor. You need to present data to your boss. Or maybe you need to do a lot of presentation, and you don't want to be reading or checking paper. All you need to do is just present this kind of thing, and you need to just start hitting female, for example. It brings up all the female and their departments. You can see their departments and their score, their pre and post score. Look at female. They were progressing. They're always progressing. You can just simply state that. Understand? So this is a very good one for those who love data. I love data a lot. So maybe that's why I click on filter. So in the next video, we're going to be talking about all that. Yeah. So stay tuned and have a wonderful day ahead.